We are back! That's right, we are back. This is Football 101, and I want to welcome you to our show. Yes, I want to welcome you to our Football 101 show. I am the Beetle, I'm your host, and this is NFL Week number 2, Losers and Winners. And this is show number 18. Show number 18. It's entitled NFL Week number 2, Losers and Winners. That's right. Wow, what a fantastic finish of week number 2 in the NFL. Yes, I am your host, the Beetle. It's been crazy. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm getting it's so exciting in the studio. It's been a crazy week, and almost after last night, Monday's night's game with the Cleveland Browns over the New York Jets, we are going over the losers and winners. Are we set? Oh no, let me do a shout out to our sponsors, Podbean. A special shout out to Podbean, because guess what, folks? Yes, we are based on Podbean, but we have the clearance and the approval and the support that Football 101 will be going live stream. Yes, we have been successful in producing our shows up to this point in time. And I just got the memo less than an hour ago that we will go live stream. So you will be able to call in to Football 101. Yes, I'm going to set everything up. More likely it will be the first week of October, but I have to set everything up. But eventually, very soon, right around the corner, we're going to go live. Football 101, where you can call in and we can talk about all types of things. NFL, college, fantasy football, right here on Football 101. So, a special shout out to Podbean for supporting us. We also want to thank Google Play, Google Play Music. We're on Google Podcasts. There you go. We're on iTunes Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. But thank you, Google. Google has featured us on Google Play. Yes, we're on Spotify, and of course, we are on YouTube. So, again, if you want to contact me right now about any other issues, just email me at ejb88@92gmail.com. That's ejb88@92gmail.com. I'll get it right. So there you go. That's the setup. We are 3 minutes in. Oh wow, lots of losers this week, and I always start off with losers. Perhaps the biggest loser, let me just say, this was earth-shattering even the day after, which is shocked the entire NFL. We knew it was coming before the season even started, when the New York Giants played the Buffalo Bills, and I saw that game, and yes, it didn't look good for Eli. Wow. The Bills beat them 28-14. The Giants have superstar Saquon Barkley. He was doing his thing. And as the game progressed, Eli got worse and worse. It really was. He didn't have the receivers. He really tried very hard. You can see in his delivery, the setup. It's just that they were coming at him, and he fumbled twice. It was really bad. He looked confused by the end. He looked lethargic. He looked like he didn't want to be out there. That was probably the saddest thing I saw, where Eli didn't really didn't feel like he wanted to be out there. And he knew it was imminent that the Giants' number 1 pick, Daniel Jones from Duke University, was going to take his place. Well, guess what happened today on Tuesday? They announced the new starter, and it's Daniel Jones. So Eli's time is over. in New York, even though the head coach Schumer was playing it. A lot of coach speech after the game. But we all knew it was coming. So Tuesday, today, as I'm recording this, they made the official announcement that Eli is benched. And Daniel Jones is the starter. So the Giants are, unfortunately, a big loser. Wow, a big loser. Let me say another big loser. Week number 2. You have to go straight there. The team that didn't score any points. the team that did not score any points week 2. And guess which team that was? You know already. That's right. It's the Miami Dolphins. They look bad. Everyone wants to leave. Quarterback Fitzpatrick. He needs to be benched. But they can't bench him because his backup, who is it? his backup is even worse. So the Patriots put a pounding. And I do mean a pounding on the Dolphins. The Dolphins are just trash. There's no other way to put it. The Dolphins are just, again, trash. And yes, they tried to put Josh Rosen in. He didn't do well at all. He looked bad. And the Patriots, Brady, company, and of course now they have Antonio Brown. So, losers for are the Dolphins. And I'll get to the winners in just a minute. But losers for the entire Miami Dolphins organization. And I was a big Miami Dolphins fan during the 70s. Matter of fact, they were my team. AFC. During the day. And now they are a travesty. A travesty. An embarrassment. Total embarrassment. The Dolphins. Loser. Complete losers. How can you get that bad so fast? They have no idea what's going on. Head coach Brian Flores has no idea. None whatsoever. They've even traded away their number 1 defensive back. That happened, I think, last night. They traded away Minkah Fitzpatrick, their safety. They traded him. Can you believe it? To the Steelers. Wholesale changes. They're going for number 1 picks, obviously. So the Dolphins, losers. Another loser, L. The Cincinnati Bengals. What a total embarrassment. Yes. I'm giving it to my home state. The Bengals. What a travesty. What a travesty. With new head coach Zach Taylor. They looked bad against the 49ers. Can you believe the 49ers with Garoppolo? Oh, man. The Bengals looked bad. Really. And Joe Mixon, he didn't start the first game. He came and started. He started off well, but boof. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do anything. Yeah, he didn't do anything. And yes, I'm gonna trash him too. You know who I'm gonna trash? Andy Dalton again. How many more times can we put up with Andy Dalton? Come on. Wow. We got rid of previous coach. I'm not even going to name him because Marvin Lewis. We finally got rid of him. And Zach Taylor. As a matter of fact, I some of my homies in Cincy, they're diehard Bengals fans. And let me just say this. I got the tip. I'm not even going to mention my friend's name, but they said, same old story. Same old story with the Bengals. Die-hard Bengal fans in Cincy, in the Buckeye State. Guess what? It's looking bad. Losers. And the way San Francisco... Now, oh my God. No, I better hold on. 49ers. Wow. That's all I'm going to say. Wow. Oh my God. So, the Bengals are a big loser. Let me say as well, week 2, perhaps another big loser, and I've already done a show on them, but I'm just going to mention them. The Panthers, losers during week number 2. Horrible play calling. Cam Newton, Ron Rivera, North Turner. And just this morning, I think I saw a tweet out saying that Ron Rivera, if Cam can't go, they're going to with the backup. That was the latest tweet I saw this afternoon. So if Cam Newton can't go this coming week against the Cardinals, they're going to their backup. That means, like I said, it's over. If they're going to the backup for Arizona, the Panthers' season is over. As I said, and I'll stay committed to it. If they lose against the Cardinals, their season is over. Everyone is fired. Everyone is let go. Including Cam. Oh my gosh. It's that bad in Pantherland. And I'm in North Carolina. Oh my gosh. Loser. I'm sorry. I'm just calling it like I see it. Week 2 is a test for a lot of teams. Let me get to the other team. Washington Redskins against the Dallas Cowboys. Losers. Washington Redskins. Losers. Yeah, I'm going after the Redskins. I used to live in the D.C. area. And the Redskins are the same Redskins. A lot of hype. A lot of hype. Yes, a lot of hype with head coach Jay Gruden. They lose against. Cowboys are solid. I'll give them that much. They're solid. And I'm not going to go there. But it's going to be soon where they're going to go to Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins as quarterback. But Case Keenum did an effective job. They still were no match with the Cowboys. Cowboys offensively and particularly defensively just handled the Redskins. Losers! And yes, even so-called superstar defensive back Josh Norman got dusted. Toast. That's what happens as a corner. You may have one good year, and then you get a contract, and then you're toast. So let me just say this, and I'm going to say this half-heartedly. DBs, cornerbacks, yes, we have to get paid, but at least put up a couple of years before you step up and ask for the big money, because the target is on your back, and 9 times out of 10, when you get that money, you're going to get toasted. So just look at the quarterback, Josh Norman, for the Redskins throughout the season. He gets toasted. So the Redskins, losers, as usual. As usual. I'm so sick and tired of the Redskins. So much hype. So much ridiculous hype. So tired. Oh my God. Ah! So, and here's another loser. I have to say this. After last night's debacle, the Jets, the New York Jets, losers, they look bad against the Browns. It was a critical game for them. Believe it or not, game 2 for the Browns, playing in New York, was critical. This was the turning point. And the Browns stepped up to the pressure. And the Jets, they just caved in. They lost it. They lost their composure completely. The Jets are truly not as bad as the Dolphins. But the Jets are a travesty at this point in time. With head coach Adam Case, he's not a head coach. If you see him, I saw him on Monday night. Let me just call him out. He does not look like a head coach. He was unsure. He looked timid. He didn't even ask. And I was listening to the broadcast. Even the broadcaster, Monday Night Football, ESPN, they were perplexed. Where some of the players that got hurt, Adam Case didn't even know if the player was going to come back in or who is the player, like the kicker. It's crazy. Like this kicker, this how crazy it is in the Jets. They have this kicker named Lakeland Edwards. He comes from Sam Houston State. I think it's Sam Houston State. He was at Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I'm pretty sure it's him. But anyway, let me just say this. He didn't even know who the kicker was. He didn't care. Of course, they have Le'Veon Bell, but it just looked like Adam Case, he was perplexed. And of course, they didn't have their quarterback, Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold has mono. He's out for several weeks. This is very serious because mono, as an adult, is very serious. And I say this because as a kid, as a baby, I had mono. I understand. As a kid, as a baby, I had mono twice. Because a lot of what my mom told me, it's all the germs spread from person to person, particularly kissing. It spreads germs, particularly as a baby. But as an adult, man, Sam Darnold is really getting it from the media. How do you get mononucleosis as an adult? Well, you know, that's how. And now he's out. So again, I'm sorry I deflected a little bit there. But the backup, I'm trying to get to the backup, Trevor Siemian. Man, he looked horrible. Just a couple of years ago, he was starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos. Then last year, he sat on the bench. Where was he? I think they said he was in Houston, Texas, the Texans. And then now, he became the starter. And guess what? He got hurt. And then they went to the third quarterback, Luke Falk from Washington State. He can zing it. But he still got trounced by the Browns defense. Yes, it was that bad. It was horrific with the Jets. And even the great Le'Veon Bell, ex-Steeler, he did his thing. But it wasn't enough, near enough. And I felt for Le'Veon. I don't know about you, but I did kind of feel sorry for Le'Veon Bell. Because Le'Veon Bell, he sat out. He sat out the entire year last year because he did not want the contract from the Steelers. Steelers treated him rotten. Rotten. So he decided to just, I'm not coming back. And found the deal with the Jets. And now he has to be patient. And he will be patient, I can see. But he is a superstar. I give him that. Now, that's the first time I really saw him play. Where practically every play went to Le'Veon Bell. Because they don't have an offense. With the Jets, they don't have an offense. They have Le'Veon Bell offense. And by the time the third quarterback, Falk, they were just giving the ball to Le'Veon. And the Browns, they were just teeing off. And believe me, and of course last night, I just have to mention that because it was at the Jet Stadium, OBJ went off. OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. for the Browns went off. And now I'm turning the page. Now we're going to the winners. The winners, Cleveland Browns. OBJ. That's right. They turned it around last night. They made their statement. A balanced attack. Finally. But Odell Beckham Jr., they kept featuring him. And finally, a matter of fact, the first series, he caught a one-handed ball down towards the 2 or 3 yard line. And then later in the, I forget what quarter, third quarter? Was it third quarter? He busted out and caught a 89-yarder and really had to sprint. That's OBJ. That was the thing of beauty. So, yes, winners, OBJ, Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield, and yes, first-year coach Freddie Kitchens. And let me just give a shout-out to Myles Garrett. He wants to be Defensive Player of the Year, had 2 or 3 sacks. But let me just say this. He had a couple of unsportsmanlike penalties, rightly so. I didn't appreciate him getting the penalties, being warned by his own teammates and coaches, and coming back and getting the same penalty again. And almost a third time. So Myles Garrett, wake up, brother. You're nice. You're very intelligent. He's physical. Defensive end. Pass rusher. But come on. Wake up. You're not, if you play like that, you won't be MVP. You got to play within the rules. And that's my biggest criticism right now with first-year head coach Freddie Kitchens. Tell your players to play within the rules. And you can be a winner. Wow. Another winner. Baltimore Ravens. Yes, Baltimore Ravens beat Arizona Cardinals. And what was important about this is that Lamar Jackson, he's torching it. He's torching up the league. Passing, running. Ravens controlled the game. And let me just say this. I saw that game too, and the Cardinals were lethargic, and they came back in the fourth quarter because Kyle Murray was just throwing up bombs, and Fitzgerald was catching everything. I mean, there was no thought behind his throws, and miraculously, Fitzgerald caught the ball. Again, the Ravens deserved to win that game. Should not have been that close. So winners, Ravens. I got to give a shout out to the 49ers looking good against the Bengals, 41-17. Winner. They look good. They look good. Garoppolo look good. Matter of fact, they have a speedy, very fast team offensively. And their defense with Richard Sherman, old school quarterback, looking good. So I have to give props. Give props to the 49ers. Green Bay, winner over Minnesota. Balanced attack. Very good. Houston Texans, Winners over the Jaguars. 13-12. The Jags brought it. And Jags could have won that game when they went for 2 and was denied. Bad call. And again, another shout out to Minshew, quarterback for the Jags. He's bringing it. Mr. Mustache. They almost pulled off the upset. And unfortunately, we have their defensive back. Jalen Ramsey. He's requesting a trade. Wow. Hold on, bruh. Please. You will come around. The team will come around. Winner. Also, Seattle over Pittsburgh. What happened to Steelers? Russell Wilson, 28. The Seahawks, 28. And Pittsburgh, 20. And what I learned after the game is that was the 100th win. Oh my gosh, 100th win. I got to get this straight. Not only is it the 100th season for the NFL, that was the 100th win, the 100th win for Seattle head coach Pete Carroll. And I saw in the locker room, they showed it where Russell Wilson gave the game ball to Pete Carroll because it was his 100th win as a head coach. So, hats off to Mr. Pete Carroll, still bringing it. And I believe it was also his birthday. So it was a lot going on for Seattle. They won that. Big winner. Let me give a big winner out. Shout out to Indy. The Colts took it to the Titans that looked so good during week number 1. The Colts came back with attitude, with flair, and they brought it. They brought it against. That's right. Can you believe it? They brought it against the Titans. That's what you don't know how teams will respond. Yet the Colts brought it. They were ready. And they have a chip on their shoulder. And let me just say this. Jacoby Brissett, watch out for this brother. He's going to torch the league. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to bring him on my, move him on to my fantasy team if he keeps it up like this. But yes, the Colts brought it and beat the Titans. And let me just say, the Rams look good against the Saints. Rams look good, 27-9. Let me just give a shout out to the Chicago Bears winning with the kick against Denver Broncos. Broncos losers, but Chi-Town Bears winners. I'm gonna wrap up now. Chi-Town winners with the new kicker. And of course, I have to end with my homie. The Kansas City Chiefs took it to Gruden and the Raiders, 28-10. Man, my homie. Patrick Mahomes bringing it. Superstar. This guy is just phenomenal arm. Incredible touch on his passes. He spreads the ball around. Sometimes it might take him a little time. They actually scored 27 points during the second quarter. The Raiders were actually winning this game first quarter, and then they just heated it up. Second quarter, and man, they just torched them. They went crazy. So yes, my homie, they're going to be there. You know it. So give it up to the Chiefs and my homie, Patrick Mahomes. There you go. Losers and winners. And I ended on the winners. And you got to look out for KC. You got to look after, of course, my boys, Patriots, Brady, excuse me. Winner. Super Bowl. No, day to day. Just like the coach says, day to day, week to week. So we're not going to say anything else about the Patriots. But my homie, big winner, big loser. Big losers were the Giants and the Jets. Go figure. And the Steelers. So that is Football 101. Yes, let me get my try to get this system together. I'm almost there, folks. It's been crazy in the studio. It's my losers and winners show. That's right. This is Football 101. And we just want to thank all our listeners. We want to thank Podbean. We're setting up a new live stream. We want to thank Google Play Music. We want to thank Spotify. We want to thank YouTube. And we want to thank you, the listeners. Please send a response. If you agree, disagree, let us know you're listening. Because we're having too much fun here during week 2 of the NFL. Losers and winners. This is Football 101.